Welcome back to today's video. We are going to do a get ready with me on a look that I've been using for the past few months. I've been loving this look. It's more of a soft glam and it's very doable with the products that you have in your makeup collection now. So starting off, I'm going to use Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow Pomade in the color Ash Brown. This has been the best color for me. I used to use Ebony and it was just way too dark for me. I'm so happy that I really tried a different one because it helps me achieve the most natural looking brow. Then I'm going to take some Hard Candy concealer and I'm just going to do a thin line and just clean up my brows. Since I'm growing them out, they have no shape, so I have to kind of create a shape, and I feel like instead of using so much product, I can do that with concealer and a brush. So that's what I'm doing right here. Now I'm going to set my brow hairs and by using a clear brow gel from City Color Cosmetics, one of my faves, and apply some primer onto my pores so I can fill them up so that way my foundation looks a little more flawless. Now I did take a shower and do my skincare routine already, so if you guys want to see a makeup prep video, I'll have the link down below. Then I'm going to take my favorite foundation currently and that Hard Candy concealer, mix the two together and apply it to my face. This has been my go-to way of applying foundation. If you want to see my full foundation and contour routine, I'll also link that down below, but I'm just quickly applying this all over my face, and I'm going to use a kabuki brush to blend it all out, and this brush is from Kaibrooks from my friend Grace. Now I'm going to spray my face with this Keushi Pure and Clean Toner. It has glycerin in it, so I really feel like it makes my makeup look a lot more flawless. Then I'm going to apply an eyeshadow base all over my lid. NYX, one of my favorite eyeshadow bases in Skin Tone, and I'm just packing this on the lid with my fingertips. And then I'm going to take my favorite Anastasia Beverly Hills Lavish palette, one of my faves. As you can see, Orange Soda has been hitting pan. I'm just going to apply this all over the crease as a blending shade. And I'm also going to touch it on my lid just a little bit, but mostly concentrating on the crease. Then with a fluffier brush, I'm going to pick up Sienna and apply this directly to the crease to give my eyelids a more rounded almond shape, I guess. I want there to be an appearance of a crease because I don't really have one, so doing so I feel like kind of draws attention to it. Then I'm going to pick up cream and just pack this onto the lid and my brow bone. Now I'm going to apply my Elizabeth Arden 8-Hour Cream to my lips, and this is going to ensure that my lips are prepped and ready for my lip color later. I forgot to do this in the beginning, I don't know why. Then I'm going to apply my mascara, and this is a new mascara from Benefit. I got a mystery little sample size, and I love it. Oh my gosh, that brush is so tiny. The formula is a little more creamy, but I feel like since the brush is so small, it doesn't hold much product, so it can comb through my brows. I don't like to build it up too much because one coat really works for me. One coat really looks like two coats. So I'm just going to apply this to the upper and lower lashes. And again, this brush is amazing. And I guess I forgot to highlight my brow bone when I was packing that on my lid, so I'm doing that now. Then I'm going to take City Colors Flawless Mineral Powder on a Real Techniques contour brush and just pack this in a stippling motion underneath my eyes and kind of the center of my face. And then I'm going to take a fluffy brush with that same powder in a different color tan and just pat this all over my face to set my foundation. Now, if you can't already tell, I'm obsessed with City Color Cosmetics. This video is in no way sponsored by them. I purchased all of these products by myself. I just really love the brand and I love the cosmetics and I can't recommend them enough. And I'm just putting the bronzer color on a Delium Tools brush and bronzing my entire face to bring some color back into it. And then I'm going to pick up the contour shade with that same brush, just wipe it off a little bit and just kind of contour barely, not much at all. My brush barely hit that product. You got to be careful with it because it can get very, very intense. And then I'll just blend it out with a brush that has no product on it from Sonia Kashuk. Now I'm going to take a blush color from, of course, City Color on a blush brush. This is an e.l.f. brush, and just kind of apply this on the apples of my cheeks. And then I'm going to take that highlight color and apply this on the tops of my cheeks to give myself a little bit of a glow. And I'll also add this on the brow bone later on, but then I'm gonna take that contour color again and start snatching that nose a little bit. I like to have a little bit of definition, and like I said, very little product from this contour color goes a long way, because if not, you can overdo it and there's no way you're going back. Then I'm going to blend it out with my fingers up into my brow area and just make sure it's well blended. And then apply that highlight color onto the Cupid's bow, and like I said before, on the brow bone. Now I'm going to wipe off my 8-hour cream and apply NYX Cosmetics Soft Matte Lip Cream in London, one of my all-time favorite colors and favorite lip products. So if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, so hit that thumbs up button, share this video with your Google+, and leave me a comment down below and let me know how you liked the look, if you've tried City Color Cosmetics, and what you would like to see next for a makeup tutorial. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on my next one. Love yous!